Can you hear me? Can you hear me? We good? We good? I feel like we should start it over at this point, low key. But you guys are all, this is funny. I just talked all that time for no reason. That's crazy. Okay, but now you guys can hear me. All right. Should we just keep going? Should we start over? What should we do? All right, cool. We here. We back. For the people who watch it later, it'll suck for them. For the first 5 minutes, I won't be saying anything. That's unfortunate. But boom, boom, boom. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Knicks fans here, there, and abound. Welcome to Postgame Pouting with I Hate Sean. This is Postgame Pouting. I'm I Hate Sean. And the Knicks took a tough loss tonight against the Suns, 118-110. The streak has been snapped. It feels weird to be doing post-game pouting again, even messing up on things like the audio. Like, I just had to, pull myself out of the dumps to do this. The only downside to winning is that it makes losing twice as painful. The pain threshold is just so different now. This loss a couple of months ago wouldn't have hurt me so much, but, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. And that's how I say all the time that fanhood is a disease. But, judge me if you want. I kind of was, fighting tears a little bit. That's how... Oh, man. I really had to compose myself. I didn't cry, but, I kind of wanted to. The little kid in me that's just really excited and this team's been winning and, we wanted this game tonight, and we could have had this game tonight, too. That's the thing. The Suns are a really good team. They're an amazing team. They're a great team. They hit great shots. You feel me? Chris Paul was amazing down the stretch, and he's a legend. Devin Booker was very hard to stop. Cam Johnson got going in the fourth quarter. Mikal Bridges couldn't miss, honestly. So it's when you lose this game and you lose this game against one of the top teams and they are absolutely on fire in the fourth quarter, it's not as tough of a pill to swallow, but at this point, it just hurts because we really could have had this game, man. We had an off night from Julius, unfortunately. It happens. The Suns also had a really good game plan for them, and they were allowed to get away with a lot more. I don't know, man. The refs are bad tonight. I hate to do that. This game, it didn't end about the refs being bad. At the end of the day, the Suns hit big shots. We started missing at a point. We turned the ball over a couple times. A couple crucial turnovers, man. Crucial turnovers. Also, that offensive rebound, Devin Booker. RJ did a great job on Devin Booker when he was on him one-on-one, to be honest. RJ did a really good job on Devin Booker. He got him to put up an air ball down the stretch, and that has to be a rebound. Devin Booker puts up an air ball, and there are three Knicks around the ball, and I think it went to Julius, and he kind of just I don't know, wasn't really, you got to, at that stage of the game, you got to be going to get the ball. There's no way that Cam Johnson should be able to come in and tip it out or whatever happens, but that's a big play. I think it was a 4-point game at that point or a 6-point game. That's a big play. And then they ended up scoring on that. So that they hit big shots. Reggie threw the ball out of bounds on the inbound. And I saw some people killing Reggie for that. Don't kill Reggie because, we're upset about the streak snapping at 9. This streak doesn't make it to 6 if Reggie doesn't hit that shot in the corner against the Pelicans. So it is what it is. It was a tough loss. It's a tough game. We're all hurting from it, I'm sure. We all wanted to win this game. This meant a lot to all of us. This streak meant a lot to all of us. But I think, and I'm sorry if this post-game pouting doesn't dive into the game as much. I don't know. But I think we just should appreciate the 9-game streak we had. You feel me? Appreciate where it's put us in the standings. We still are in the 4th seed. We're tied with the Hawks, but we have the tiebreaker. And at this point, the next thing is just my handwriting sucks, but kill Chicago, That's the next game. We got Chicago, then we got the Rockets right after that. We got to make sure we take both of those and just start building some momentum. Jamal tweeted me at the end and was new streak coming. And that's what it has to be. That's what good teams do. I mean, they said we were the only team in the league to have a 9-game win streak other than the Jazz. The Jazz did it twice, which means twice that streak was snapped. You feel me? It happened. So it's okay. It sucks. It really hurts. It's painful, but we here. All right, let's get to the comments, man. I'm just rambling at this point. Jamal said, more good than bad. Haven't felt like this in a while. It sucks, but CP3 lucky ass got us at the end. New streak starts Wednesday. Also, shout out Detroit for holding it down. Very well said, man. there were a lot of good things in this game. Derrick Rose has been phenomenal, man. Like, Derrick Rose just continues to be phenomenal. He's going to be huge for us in playoff games and down the stretch. And even though we lost this game, you know, like I said, Phoenix was on fire down the stretch. They're one of the top teams in the NBA. So for it to be one of the top teams in the NBA and for us to go toe-to-toe with them, we're still missing Alec Burks. We still no Mitchell Robinson. You know, I really like us. I like our odds in a playoff series, man. I really love this team. Even on a night where we lose the game, it's unfortunate, but that's a rough night from Randall. They did a really good job with him defensively between Bridges and, you know, whoever they were throwing at him. They had a lot of different coverages. They sent a lot of attention at him. They were very physical with him. They were allowed to be very physical with him, which is kind of insane because we weren't allowed to be physical at all on the other end. So that sucks. But yeah, the production that we're getting off the bench from Derrick Rose and Emmanuel Quickly has been great. Once again, Elfrid Payton was really good in the minutes he gave us today. He attacked. He got the ball up in transition. He found his teammates. So shout out to Elfrid Payton for his minutes tonight. Leo says, CP3, bro, I'm sick. They couldn't miss anything in the fourth. Couldn't miss anything, bro. Couldn't miss anything. And I think that one CP3 shot really sums it up pretty accurately. Like, he just put it up and it dropped. Like, I don't know. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Christian said, haven't pouted in a while. Yeah, haven't pouted in a while. It just feels weird. Not having the energy and yelling up and down and all. It just feels weird right now. I feel very weird right now. But you know, we here. John said, I solely blame Bullock, LOL. Nah, I don't do that. Like I said, you know, he did his best on Devin Booker. They called a lot of fouls. I think RJ honestly probably did a better job on him, but Reggie was on him for more of the night. So, but he did a pretty good job he did what he could on Booker. He hit some shots in the beginning of the game. We missed a lot down the stretch, unfortunately. We just had some shots that rolled out, rimmed out, whatever. That turnover hurt a lot, though, because it was a 5-point game. RJ got a cut wide open to the basket. That's a 3-point ball game right there. And then instead, they came back and hit a 3. So it goes from being a 3-point game to an 8-point game just like that, and then the game's pretty much over. So that's really unfortunate. But once again, we can't blame that on Reggie. Let's not pile on Reggie. This streak doesn't get to 6 if he doesn't hit that shot in the corner. Jonathan said, on to the next. That's facts. That's facts. On to the next. We got to kill Chicago. Jonas said, Reggie low-key sold at the end. Honestly, Reggie makes plays like that sometimes, though, where it's like, bro, like, you're a vet. It's frustrating a little bit, but, you know, like we said, he was great for us during the streak. We can't all turn on him like that, but that is frustrating. You can't turn that over in that place, right? You can't throw that pass away. He's wide open cutting to the basket. You got to hit him. You got to hit him. Let's see. Jonas said, realistically, that's the hardest game for the rest of the season, and we played them very well. That being said, ouch. Very well said, Jonas. It's a very good team. We played them really well. We did the best we could. And, yeah, ouch. It hurts really, really badly, man. Like, I don't know. Like, it doesn't even hurt in terms of, like, a frustrating, like, angry loss. Like, there's been some losses that hurt because it's like, damn, we were supposed to win that game, and we get on here, and we're mad about the rotations. And we're mad about this. We're mad about that. This isn't one of those. This one just hurts, man. This one hurts the kid in you. This one hurts the dreamer. Like, oh, man, like, we could have got to 10. The streak's over. And it just happened kind of abruptly because we were in pretty good control of the game. Third quarter, they got the lead for the first time. Fourth quarter, they, you know, couldn't miss. And we fought. I love the way this team fights, though, because even when we went down 9 at the point with, like, 2.5 minutes left or 3 minutes left, and it seemed like we were in trouble. And then we got a couple big buckets, cut it to 4. You know, this team really doesn't give up, and I never give up on this team. But, yeah, this one hurts to lose. But, once again, that's just a great team. They hit some great shots. What are you going to do about it? Christian said we should win the next 3 easily. Hey, man, just time to start the new streak up, you know? And I know that's where our team's mindset is at, too. I'm sure they're disappointed. We want to win every game, I'm sure. You know, you want to take this big game. I know there's guys who feel like they could have done more. I know Randall probably feels like if he had a better night, we could have won the game, things like that. But, I mean, you got to let it go. You got to move on to the next one. And the same way that we won and we were on to the next one, we got to do the same with the loss. So, like we said, kill Chicago. That's where we at. Boom, boom, boom. Jonathan says, Suns are a top 5 team in the league, and we should have won. Just got to finish. Yeah, got to finish. We should have won. Refs killed us a lot. Not so much down the stretch, but we should have won. We got to be able to close that out. Alibaba NYC said, we fought against the second seed in the NBA with RJ and Julius having off nights. Ref were against us and no Mitch or AB. I hardly consider this a bad loss. This is more like a good loss. Alibaba, very well said. Extremely well said. We did fight against the second seed in the NBA. RJ and Julius did have off nights. And we don't have Mitch. We don't have Alec Burks. And we really took them toe-to-toe. So, yes. And that's very well said, bro. Very well said. This is about the best possible loss we could have. This is when we started to see I didn't have the audio. Eric said, damn, bro, Reggie went cold at the wrong time. He missed a couple of huge threes. But what can you say? CP3 is a beast. Exactly. He missed some big ones. It's not, but we can't kill him. He hit some huge shots for us, so we can't do that. Shout out to you guys telling me there's no audio. There's a bunch of that. Boom, 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 boom. Mon turning that mic on for us. Free Frank and no sound. Blah, 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 blah. Let me get to the end of that. Blah, blah. He's going to spend 30 minutes ranting until he realizes that he's been muted and we don't understand what he's saying. Thank goodness I picked up on it at some point. Shout out to you guys. Somebody said start over. Damn, I wish I would have seen that before. All right, boom, we back. Yes. All right, rematch in a week, though. Oh, we see the Suns. Oh, yeah, we do see the Suns again in a week. I need that, bro. I need all the smoke when we see the Suns again. Like, this loss hurt, I feel like they hurt my feelings, so I want to see them. We got to go into Phoenix, and I want a dub for sure. Better night from Julius, better night from RJ, and I know that the team feels that way too. Rematch in a week. Let's get it. Like, I want all the smoke. I'm telling you. I'm honestly not even really afraid of this 6 game. Hold on, let me see something. New York Knicks schedule. I'm not afraid of this 6 game trip. I'm really not. Like, it's like a huge. All right, so we got the Bulls coming up. Then we have the Rockets. Then the Grizzlies. The Bulls are food. The Rockets are food. The Grizzlies are food. I don't think the Nuggets are a team we can't beat. Honestly, I'm not saying that's a guaranteed win, but I'm not like so scared of the Nuggets. I'm not afraid of the Suns. We just saw we can play with them. I actually want that. Like, we want that smoke. We need that right back. The Clippers is going to be a tough one. You feel me? You got to bring what you can for that. The Lakers, who knows who's going to be playing for them, if they're going to have their whole team back one way or another. And then, we come back home. We got the Spurs, Hornets, Celtics. So, I mean, we just one game at a time. But the Bulls, Rockets, and Grizzlies are definitely food. So let's get those 3 straight. Let's get back into a rhythm, get some momentum rolling. And then roll into Denver. I want to take that, and I want to be on a 4-game. I would love to be on a 4-game win streak when we see the Suns again. I would love to be on a 4-game win streak when we see the Suns again and be trying to make it 5. Michael said, damn, we haven't done post-game pouting in so long. Forgot how this thing worked. Yo, me too. Honestly, you see no audio, everything, and, like, the energy. Like, it's weird doing the post-game show without, like, mad excitement now. It's been so long. Orlando said, tough loss. Hate that we played an overall soft second half, but we were in it until the very end, and it took some BS circus shots to beat us. Very well said, Orlando. Very, very well said. It was a tough loss. The second half, that was probably one of the weaker second halves we've played in quite some time. Definitely during the streak. Definitely in April. But yeah, that was one of the weaker second halves we played. But part of it really just came down to the Suns being on fire. They couldn't miss. They really couldn't miss. And they're already a really great team. And when there's a great team and they're shooting the way they were shooting, there's not a whole lot that we can do about it. Alibaba said, this wasn't a horrible loss. No Mitch, no AB, and we still held our own against the second seed in the NBA. I think our future is in good hands. Not to mention Diva Booker cries after every single missed shot for a foul, and he actually gets it. Bro, that is disgusting. I can't stand it. And I hate, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I watch certain guys against my team, and that's what changes it for me. But, I used to really like Trae Young. I respect Trae Young. He's a great player. But the way that he plays pisses me off. Like, it's just nasty. And Devin Booker, too. It's like, you're really good, bro. But the fact that the refs, and I get it. Like, you feel me? If I'm a superstar and I'm putting up points like that, and because I'm a superstar, the refs give me superstar calls, I'm going to take the superstar calls, too. At the end of the day, you're trying to help your team. But it's just nasty. Like, some of the falling down and all that stuff, and the crying at the refs and the yelling at the refs and blah, blah, blah. It's just like, bro, play basketball, man. Some of the calls he got were ridiculous today, and that really changes the game because we have Reggie on him. Reggie was in foul trouble the whole time, so it's like we can't. How often does that happen? How often does the other team's primary defender that they have for Devin Booker not, get compromised to the point where he can't really play or can't really defend him or can't defend him the same way because he's in foul trouble because Devin Booker fell down when he went up for a floater? Like, that's ridiculous. It's just That's gotta be fixed, man. I get the superstar cost thing, but there's gotta be something to it. And Randall's gotta start getting some of those. Like, I don't know. Orlando said, only thing that concerns me a little is we tightened up again late in the game against an elite team. Ball movement completely stopped during the middle of the fourth quarter. I think the issue with as far as tightening up, is because we try to go through Randall a lot, and that's why we struggle on nights where Randall's off. And because we're trying to go through Randall, and that's why I believe that, on nights where he doesn't necessarily have it, like, lean into going through Derrick Rose, lean into going through Emmanuel Quickley. Emmanuel Quickley has made incredible strides as far as creation is concerned. Like, I'm confident with the ball in his hands. He's not. They said that he can't pass. They said he's not a floor general. They said he's just a chucker. Blah blah blah. Whoever says those things about him, but he looked really good. Like, he had a really nice setup for Taj. Then he followed that up with the alley-oop to Obi. He threw the oop to Rose in transition. Like, he just finds guys really well. He keeps his head up, and he uses the fact that he commands so much attention defensively to create for his teammates. So I'd like to see us lean into Derrick Rose and IQ being able to create, make the game easier for Randall rather than trying to create through Randall in these stretches. And on nights where he's struggling and the team is, has a good scheme for him and are being super physical and being allowed to be super physical. So I think had we gone through Rose, gone through IQ more, I feel like we would have not seen the offense stagnate at a point. It's just tougher when you're trying to go through Randall and he doesn't necessarily have it right now, and now we're getting kind of like stagnant possessions. But it is what it is. Free Frank. Like, I feel you on the Free Frank thing. Like, I love Frank. I'd like to see Frank play. I don't really see where he would have got his minutes tonight though. Alfred played pretty well and he didn't even really get to play. So, like, where would Frank's minutes have come from? Reggie was, he got off to a hot start. He was the guy we had on Booker primarily, and he's been good for us over this stretch. So I get it. I get it. Like, I don't really have any qualms or anything like that. I'm not really too upset about much of what was done. It's just unfortunate. It's an unfortunate loss against a really good team. Jonas said, at least Detroit wiped the floor with Atlanta. Yo, shout out to them for sure. Like, we need Atlanta to keep falling behind in the standings. Eric said, Reggie is a disaster taking the ball out of bounds. That turnover killed us. That turnover did kill us. I don't like Reggie Bullock making late game decisions. I don't really, and no disrespect to Reggie Bullock, but I don't really want Reggie Bullock having to make any decisions other than shoot. Honestly, he kind of freezes up. This is not the first time we've seen something like that from Reggie. And like I said, I don't want to kill Reggie because this streak doesn't even get to 6 without him hitting that shot in the corner. But like, he definitely freezes up sometimes in those situations. So yeah, I wouldn't really want him to be making decisions down the stretch. But I mean, you can't blame the coach for having a guy inbound the ball when he throws it out of bounds. Like, but that killed us for sure because it would have been a 3-point game. That was a beautiful cut, wide open. Whatever the play was, worked perfectly. Would have been a 3-point game. Instead, stays a 5-point game. They come down, hit a 3, 8-point game over. Alibaba said, oh no, my bad. Diaz said, even though we lost, I'm positive about this. Obi and IQ look so much better, and if they continue to play like this, we can become insane. RJ and Randall didn't play that good, and we were still that close. Exactly. RJ and Randall not playing well and still being that close to such a great team is a big thing for sure. IQ and Obi look really good. Obi's looking comfortable coming off the bench now. I really love the move, the entry pass that IQ made to him, and then he spun baseline and kind of dipped under. That was really nice. He's definitely starting to look comfortable offensively, and I hope that he continues to do that. The production we got out of the bench makes us a really good team. I think they said tonight, Derrick Rose scoring 20 tonight was the 24th game this season where Nick had 20 points off the bench, and that's the most in the league. And that's just big between Derrick Rose, between Emmanuel Quickley, between Alec Burks. We get some pretty big performances off the bench. So, I mean, when Burks is back, IQ, Derrick Rose, Obi stepping into what he's doing more and more, Taj being solid, we're getting really good bench production. And I feel like that's part of what makes us such a good team. That's part of what makes us such a force is because, like, that second unit does a really good job, and they're able to carry us and create some separation, to build on some of the leads we have, or, so shout out to the second unit for sure. And they're going to be huge for us in the playoffs as well. Eric said, that's on tip. Nope. Alibaba said, we knew that this wasn't going to be a guaranteed win. We got that big 9-game streak, very crucial to making the playoffs. We'll be fine, just a tough loss. Very well said. Wasn't a guaranteed win. That's a very good team. And that 9-game streak was huge for us. It did a big thing for us in the standings. Really swung our fortunes. We won't have to be fighting to go over or under 500 anymore. So now we just got to get back to our winning ways. You feel me? So I have to build some momentum and keep it going. That's it. Take this on the chin. Keep it moving. Eric said, that's on tips. You're putting Reggie to take it out of bounds. He doesn't make good decisions. He does not make good decisions. He does not make good decisions. He doesn't make good decisions. Or I shouldn't even say he doesn't make good decisions. He makes too many bad decisions. There's too many times where, I just don't want Reggie to have to be a decision maker. And that's okay. That's okay. Not everybody on the floor has to be a decision maker. That is fine. But I just don't want Reggie to have to make decisions. Leo said they have, but I can't put that on Tibbs. Like, I don't think that, like he clearly drew up a good play. Like, you gotta, that's a chest pass, bro. Like, that's a layup. Come on. Boom, boom. Leo said they have some killers on that team, but if we had Alec Burks, we win tonight. Alec would have been good for us. They just hit a bunch of shots, man. They hit a bunch of shots down the stretch. I don't know that Alec Burks stops them hitting a bunch of shots. Alec Burks, it is what it is. It is what it is. They hit a bunch of shots. They're a really good team. I'm sorry. I don't even really have analysis for this. Like, it's painful. And they made big shots. They made a lot of big shots. Every time that we got into a run or whatever, or started making some movements, like just in the fourth quarter, it just felt like they couldn't miss. Alibaba said we need Mitchell Robinson back desperately in terms of rebounding. We give up too many offensive rebounds and don't get any of our own. That's one thing that makes Mitchell Robinson so needed. I mean, Taj and Nerlens do a good job being active on the boards, trying to tip things out, things like that. But Mitch definitely controls the offensive boards way more and would definitely help us in terms of rebounding. So I look forward to getting Mitch back. We haven't heard anything on that at all. So I don't know when or even at this point if it's going to happen. I would hope that at least by the time the playoffs get here, we could have Mitchell Robinson back. But the fact that we've got like 10 games left in the season, we've heard nothing about a timetable, and I do believe the last time I saw him, there was still a boot on his foot. I'm not really sure, what it's going to take. Gideon says, salute, bro. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you, for real. Jamal said, I'm convinced they went 9 for 9 in the last 4 minutes, bro. Damn, it was ridiculous. They couldn't miss anything. That shit hurt. Landis said, really, no hate to anybody. I would argue they got bailed by the refs. The refs were ridiculous. But yeah, man, it is what it is. Eric said, damn, and the Hawks lost tonight. Yeah, it would have been a big night to take a step forward in the standings. But it's okay. We just got to make sure we bounce back well against Chicago. Once again, kill Chicago. That's what's up next. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. Knicks all day said, got to bounce back versus Chicago. Can't really be upset. It just hurts. Exactly. That's where we're at with it pretty much. Craig said, yo, Detroit, thanks. Yeah, shout out to the Pistons, man. We appreciate that, for real. Nick said, love the fight on this team. This one stung, though. New streak starts Wednesday. Very well said. Love the fight. They really stayed in it. This one did sting, and the new streak starts on Wednesday. We're all here for it. Lemur918 said, even superstars have bad nights. Randall was due for one after his amazing stretch he had during our win streak. Yeah, man, it's okay. We get it. Superstars have off nights. And, they had a really good game plan. They were being really physical. They were allowed to be really physical, so it was just a tough night. Tough night. Happens. He had a really big shot in the corner. That three was huge, like that's, he woke up for us to the point. It was a tough night. It happens. It is what it is. Cindy said, come back Wednesday. Still love this team. Exactly, Cindy. I feel that 100%. We'll be right back on Wednesday, and we do still love this team 100%. We're very proud of them. BX Boy 71 said we could have used Burks tonight. It was a tough loss, but we can learn from this. Yeah, the point, like we weren't hitting shots. Burks could have stepped up for us. But tough night. Jamal said we get Burks back 2 on Wednesday. We do, for sure. Oh, that's huge. That's big. We get Burks back 2 on Wednesday. That's wonderful. Looking forward to that for sure. I wonder how that minute distribution is going to go. Hopefully, Emmanuel quickly doesn't lose minutes in that process. John Rodriguez said, how did the Suns lose to the Nets yesterday? I mean, the Nets are really good, and Kevin Durant played. So Kyrie and Kevin Durant both went insane. They both had like 34. Like, what do you do about that? And it was still a close game. So the Nets are a very good team. The Suns are a very good team. Nick said, "Do we not pursue Lonzo because we really want CP3? I love that idea. Like, oh, you mean if he like declines his option and comes? I would love Chris Paul. I mean, while over the offseason when the Chris Paul trade talks were floating around and things like that, when we didn't really know what the price was and people were saying, oh, that contract, blah, 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 his age, I was just like, yo, Chris Paul's really, really good at basketball. I was like, he's coming off a season where he said, I watched him on the All the Smoke podcast, and he just said he felt a lot healthier. He was taking better care of his body. He said he feels better now than he did years ago, and it's showing. Like he's played every game except for one this year. Like he's been Iron Man, and he's been huge for them down the stretch. He's made them one of the best teams in the NBA. He turned the Phoenix Suns into one of the best teams in the NBA. He did the same thing to OKC last year. Like he just is that guy. If we were to get CP3 this offseason, that would be huge. That would be amazing. I'm not going to think too much into it, but that would be incredible. Brain said, still I would love Booker on the Knicks. Yeah, man, I don't see how that's happening. We could have had Mikal Bridges or Porter Jr. What might have been. I don't want to do that, man. Shout out Kevin Knox. Alibaba said, why would we need Booker on the Knicks? He's basically RJ but doesn't play defense. They're different players for sure. Excuse me. Booker is an amazing shooter. CP3 still got it. Yeah, Booker is a hell of a scorer, man. He just gets buckets. He's a really good player. CP3 definitely still has it. That's a Hall of Fame point guard, one of the greatest point guards of all time. I'll always say it. He doesn't get his flowers enough. If I'm rooting for the Knicks to win the championship. If not the Knicks, I want the Suns to win it because I just need Chris Paul to get his flowers. Boom, 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 boom. Eric said, low-key, our bench is becoming one of the best in the league. The mix of vets and Obi getting better each game makes a huge difference. Exactly. Our bench is really one of the best in the league. That's like easily one of the best in the league. I don't think we're becoming one of the best in the league. We're one of the best benches in the league. Like Rose, IQ, Obi improving, Taj giving us what he gives us, Burks being able to come back soon. Like we have a great bench. Boom. Sean said, this is a preview of what Rose can do in the playoffs. That's a fact. He's going to be huge for us in the playoffs. He's going to be huge for us down the stretch of games. He's been huge for us over this stretch of games, just in the season period. So I'm really looking forward to his playoff performances. He's going to have some huge ones. I already know it. He'll be immortalized in the Garden for his playoff performances. John said, the Knicks are better than Brooklyn. Nets are a fraudulent organization. John, I don't know if you're new here, but we don't talk about the Nets here. They have nothing to do with what we do. They have nothing to do with New York Knicks basketball. But the only way we talk about the Nets is if we play the Nets or if we're having a series against the Nets. But we are not Nets fans. We are not Nets Daily. Like, we don't talk about the Nets. Like, that's not our thing. So we just mind our business. We enjoy our team. We root for our team. We support them. We champion them through the wins, and we support them through the losses, and we look ahead to next game. So kill Chicago. That's the energy. I'm sorry for sounding sad, but I am, and I think we all are. So I hope that you guys can have some empathy and forgive me for my sad sounds. But at the end of the day, the sadness, like I said, I was kind of low-key fighting tears almost. But it's really dope that we can come in here and do this together one way or another. I'm sorry for not having the audio going for the first 5 minutes. If any of your friends watch the replays of this, just tell them, hey, skip the first 5 minutes. Yeah, man, but love y'all, for real. On behalf of me, on behalf of the Knicks wall, we all appreciate you guys, you feel me? And like I said, like being able to come in here and do this with y'all after, I feel a little bit better, and we're all looking forward to Wednesday, and I'm glad that we're all on the same page about that. Eric said, let's get on Wednesday. Exactly. So, peace. Absolutely love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Words can't express it enough. We dropped some Randall shirts on the TKW site. Get those. They're absolutely tough. Like, they're incredible. I hate losing, bro. Jamal said, hey, bro, like we've been saying, new streak starts Wednesday. Alibaba said, I can't wait for playoff IQ on RJ. They'll be deadly. 20 points per game for them both. I love the sound of that for real. BX Boy said, on to the next streak. Exactly, man. Y'all know the energy. I know we moving forward. Next game, next streak. Moving forward, guys. Tunnel vision. So, on that note, we out of here. Love you guys.